And we are live. Welcome. This is season 4, the penultimate episode, episode 9. Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen.
Peter, Peter say, Peter say.
Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen.
No, no,
Wiedersehen.
no, Sinead, just say, Peter say.
Wiedersehen. Goodbye in German. That's what it's
Yeah.
pronounced.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, goodbye. It's short for goodbye, and we saw that in the episode where they marked it on the big piece of rock that they blew up. We're getting a little bit into it, but yeah, episode 9, and my gosh, it was a good episode. I
Uh,
really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it from top to bottom. So let's get into the nitty gritty, and let's talk about
and
this.
it was directed by Vince Gilligan.
Directed by Vince Gilligan and written by Jennifer Hutchinson. And this
Yes.
episode is very, very Breaking Bad-ish. Very
It was,
reminiscent of
of
Breaking Bad.
course, it was a great setup for the season finale, which is, of course, this upcoming Monday.
Yeah.
And whoa, what a setup it was!
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
whoo-hoo. It's yeah, let's just get into the teaser. So we see what Kim was talking about her and Jimmy during this again. So Kimmy had a scam in place to make the big conference room bigger at the Mesa Verde branch in Lubbock, Texas. The way they did that in the opening, we see Kim walking on some crutches, and what this was 100%. You can tell 100% this was Vince Gilligan directing because of the wide shots and the long, drawn out shots. Excellent, excellent work by him. But yeah, we see Kim on some crutches going into the department building so that she can meet with the clerk, so she can say, "Well, let me take a look at the diagram and make sure it matches because there was some that got mixed up, and we just want to make sure it matches." And the worker allowed her to look at it. It matches. You have Jimmy come in wearing flip flops and a T-shirt with Jimmy Buffett on it, and his name is Phil. His name is Phil,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he was tasked to look at Kim's baby, her son, in the car,
Uh huh.
and he had the little. I guess it was breast milk in that little pouch. He had some milk in the pouch, and he took the milk. He put it right there on the plans, and it just went everywhere.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, this was a tremendous, the start. It was a tremendous teaser,
Yeah,
and now of course, I mean they did that to. I forgot what they did that for. I think it was something to do with. Oh, it was Mesa Verde.
yeah, Mesa Verde. Yeah, they
Yeah,
she wanted to give Mesa Verde a bigger conference room because I think that
yeah.
was what Kevin was talking about in last episode about the conference room, asking if
Uh
they
huh.
can widen it out. And then Kim and Paige said they couldn't because they have to refile everything. It's going to take a long process to refile the plans to make that conference room bigger. So her idea was to mess up the original plans and swap them. And they did the
Uh,
swap like in the beginning of the season with the Hummel switch. But this time it was the plan switch. I thought it was great,
yeah,
genius way.
yeah, yeah. It was great. I mean, it was a it was certainly. And it was a plot worthy of Breaking Bad. I mean, it was
Yeah.
something that they would have done in Breaking Bad also.
Hmm.
They would have done something very similar. Oh, yeah, they did. I mean, the train robbery episode, which is one of our favorites.
Yes, they
You
did
know,
the switch.
they got the methylamine out of
Hmm.
the tanker, and they put water in
Yeah.
there. They put equal amount of water in there.
Hmm.
So
I'm glad you brought up the train because I was going to compare that the nerve tension scene with a scene later in this episode where they were trying to blow up the rock. It was so nerve wracking watching that. It reminded me of the whole Dead Freight episode.
yeah, Yeah, Dead Freight. Yes, that was the episode. One of my favorites. That was a
It's oh
tremendous
yeah, it is.
episode.
It's up. It's like top 5 for me.
That
Uh,
was yeah.
and and I love the teaser, and I love that we open up of what Kim was alluding to last episode about doing it again. I thought that was a great way to open up the episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was great. And the scam really it went off without a hitch. This scam went off without a hitch. So
Yeah, and I love Jimmy. Being the dumb guy, leaving the kid in the car. It was hilarious, the interaction, and it's gonna be and to compare a later scene with Jim and Kimmy, the it's like night and day. You know, when we first start out with Jim and Kimmy, they're all like, she wants to do this for good, and Jimmy kind of calls her out and say, making, switching plans is not for the greater good. Jimmy wants to entice Kim to come on his side so that she can be a lawyer. Not be a lawyer, but be in so that he wants her in his firm, Wexler McGill, and he's trying to do everything he can to bring her back into the fold, and which is why he brought up the whole idea of them working together and scamming people, having the Huel treatment, as he alluded to.
yeah, yeah. But it was a tremendous setup for the episode, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, wow. I was. And of course, I mean, Vince Gilligan's touches were all over it because he directed it, of course.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and then
it yeah,
go ahead.
it was great. Though. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to add on to the whole Jim and Kimmy scene in the diner, and Jimmy brought up a great point, and I'm glad that they brought this up of why he uses the Saul Goodman name, and he said the reason why he used it is because that's what the people know him by.
Yeah,
I love how they did that. I love that.
yeah. I think that, and that's going to lead, of course, into I think him being identified as by that
Mm-hmm.
name.
Yeah,
Instead of being Jimmy McGill.
yeah. Yeah, and he was alluding to about the people he sold all the drop phones for, that they know
Yeah,
him as Saul Goodman and not Jimmy McGill. So
yeah,
I think that was a great way to tie that in of why he uses the name Saul Goodman.
right, yeah,
All right, so let's get into the epicness of this whole episode, and which is Lalo and Nacho. And we
yeah.
see them visiting Hector in the exact same old folks home as where Gus got blew up, Casa Tranquila. Yeah. And I called it from the beginning. I called it, I guess, last week, that
Yep.
Lalo gives Hector the bell that we all know and
Uh-huh.
love, which
Yes.
included a backstory, which I thought was great. The
Yeah.
backstory is that he and Hector set this hotel on fire. Lalo went in, grabbed the bell, and then he's giving it to Hector as a gift.
Oh, I know. That was
Freaking
great.
amazing. Freaking amazing.
I
And I
mean,
love the fact,
he
and I love
got.
how Lalo
I love how he.
switches. Go ahead.
I love how he. Of course, he gift wrapped it. He had it in a
Yeah.
little box. He gives it. So
Mhm.
now we know the origin of the bell. We know the origin of the
Yes.
bell. Yes.
Man, that was great. And I love how Lalo switches between Spanish and English.
Uh-huh.
It's like a few sentences Spanish and English, and I like that. And I think that's a great, distinction of the character. And I also like this little part of the scene where you have Nacho walk off because Lalo said, "Go get some Jello." You have this old woman with a purse. She grabs her purse so that because she would think he's going to steal it or something. That
Oh
was
yeah, I
funny.
know.
Thought that was funny, and I love the fact that when Hector was ringing the bell, it sounded like when he was ringing it when he blew up Gus. It was great, great callback.
I mean, yeah, Lalo was, talking to him about, past things, stuff that happened in the past and everything. And,
Mm-hmm.
Hector seemed to be enjoying it. He's
Yeah, and I like how when Lalo first enters the thing, he asks Hector the question, "Who has the biggest balls in the north, south, east, and west?" And
yeah.
Hector taps it, and then Lalo said, "I knew old Hector was still in there."
Oh, I know, that was great. Yeah, yeah.
That was yeah. I mean, this whole show was just absolutely fantastic.
It
Uh,
was.
um,
This was a great. Seeing Lalo going to visit Hector.
yeah,
I
and
mean, we
then
knew
and
we knew it
then
was going
yeah,
to happen eventually. We,
yeah.
we knew that since Lalo is in Salamanca,
Hmm.
they brought him on the week before, which was great. That was,
Great way to
yeah, it
introduce
was.
him. Yeah.
And then they bring him back this week to talk to take Hector the Bell. It
Hmm.
was great. Vince Gilligan all the way. This is his
Yeah.
baby. He directed it. Jennifer Hutchinson the writing. Yeah, it was perfect. It really was.
Hmm.
Loved it. And then of course later on when we see Lalo actually meet Gus, that was a great scene as
Oh
well.
man, I was praying that would happen soon, and I'm glad it did. Um, yeah, and I like the interaction between Hector and Lalo when Lalo was
Yes.
asking about the Chilean, and that was
Uh
referencing Gus.
huh.
Fantastic. So Gus is. I know that Lalo probably won't survive. I say probably the first half of season 5
Yeah.
because Gus is going to be after him. But man, I hope Lalo doesn't die. Monday night because that'd be too quick. That'd be too quick. And I don't think Vince Gilligan and the writers would do that to us. Introduce the character 3 episodes out of the season finale and then kill him off. I don't think that's their style. So I think Lalo is here to stay for a little
Yeah.
bit
I
longer.
I think they're going to keep him around for a little while.
Yeah.
At least a little while. Yeah, they definitely want to keep him around because he's too interesting of a character to just have him for 3 episodes and kill him off. He's way
Hmm.
too interesting. I think he is.
Yeah. I'm just disappointed we didn't see Lalo face Walter White. I think that would have just been epic as hell.
Oh yeah,
Epic as hell.
yeah, that was great.
Hey.
So I believe didn't they transition after that to the German
Uh, the,
workers?
it was Jimmy Kimmy in the diner, but we've already
Oh yeah,
discussed that with the
yeah.
teaser because it was kind of in the teaser.
Mhm.
So then we get to the German workers, which was a great scene. I love every bit of it, and
Very
I was actually
tense. Very
nervous,
tense. Yes,
very
very
nervous
tense
for
scene.
Warner, very nervous for Warner
Yeah,
in this scene because there was plugging the dynamite in so they can blow out the rock so they can put in that elevator that Gus wants it. However, one of the ignitions is faulty, so Warner has to go down there and fix it. And that was so intense because I thought maybe this dude was going because we see Warner and we kind of feeling that he's been depressed for quite some time because he's been away from his wife, and we get that in the later scene with Mike, and which I just absolutely love the scene between him and Mike because
yeah,
we get a little bit more of Mike's story that we find out that Mike had been married for 22 years. And so it's kind of, alluding to the fact that maybe his wife may have passed away already, or maybe he went through a divorce or something. I'm going to go with the latter, that his wife probably passed away. And I was so nervous for Warner because it's like, okay, I thought maybe he was going to like commit suicide or something, because he was like, having some sort of panic attack when he went down there. And maybe he was thinking that maybe he was thinking that he might, get his life taken away before he can meet his wife again. Maybe he was thinking that, because we hear later in the episode about him wanting to go back to Germany to visit his wife for about 4 or 5 days, and Mike says, "No, we can't do that, but I can make you make Gus give you an extra phone call or something." And which he does do that, and he fixes the dynamite, and the dynamite starts working. And then we got Tyrus in the truck so that they can, mute the sound of the dynamite blasting.
That was great. Yeah,
which I thought was a great plan. Great plan all around. And he fixes it. They blast the rock out, and it was a success. And they are celebrating. The Germans are celebrating and everything.
Yep. Then we see Werner sitting by himself. That's when Mike comes to talk to him.
Yeah.
Of course, he always calls him Michael. Werner always calls him Michael.
Yeah. Which I like. Let's go ahead. Yeah. We can't talk about this scene without going straight into the ending. So let's go ahead and spoil the ending for everybody.
Yeah.
Because the ending really plays key of what's to come. And I am scared shitless for Warner, because I think he's going to die Monday. I mean, he first off, he ran his mouth at the bar. Now he escaped. And Gus is going to come down hard on Mike for that, because Mike said he was going to watch Warner, and he watched him, but he didn't watch him careful enough. And I love that it's the twist, the epic twist, because everybody, I don't know if everybody, but we sure as thought that Kai was going to be the one to escape or do something stupid, but it wasn't the key. He was the distraction, and I kind of called that, if you remember. I said, wait a minute, maybe he's a distraction and we have to focus on someone else. And it kind of happened like that, and Warner was the one that was going to do something tremendously stupid, which was escape the warehouse of where they were at.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, Warner did a excellent job at escaping. He I guess pointed something at the camera to do a surgical thing so that the cameras can go down and make his escape. And
I think it had something to do. It was like
some sort of laser pointer.
I think it was something to kind of disrupt the signal of the camera, and that's how, because he was looking at the camera, as we noticed.
Yeah,
we saw him looking at the camera,
and
he was probably thinking there has to be a way to kind of short circuit it temporarily. So I think he had his plan in place to get it to escape, get away.
Yeah.
And he thought, the camera is the key. If I point this device at it, it could disrupt the camera mechanics, and then like that camera would be disrupted, and then he would escape. So
I think he probably thought this out for quite some time, for him to be so, because he went up through the ladder and then went down, and then he's out in the desert somewhere. And it's not looking good for Warner.
No,
unfortunately, it's not looking good. I think if we can go ahead and do some predictions, I think Monday night, I think Warner is going to die, and I think that's going to be Mike's turning point, because Mike let his guard down with Warner. He trusted him. He trusted Warner. He respected him, So, and then he let his guard down, and for him to basically stab Mike in the back and do
Yes.
this to him, Mike's not going to take it quite so easily. And we see that in
No.
the teaser. There was a teaser on AMC YouTube. You have the classic scenes between Mike and Gus in the car, and Mike gives Gus the letter that Warner wrote, and Mike said that for what it's worth, I got to believe that he's going to go and visit his wife before the 5 days. But I think Gus is going to be like, you know what, you're going to have to deal with this dude. You're going to have to kill him, and I think that's the only way. He can't. There's no half measures in this, Mike. There's no half measures in this.
Yeah. And we already we saw, according to one preview, well, not a video preview, but a written preview, that Mike was going to have to make a decision, a difficult decision. So,
Yeah.
Let him go or kill him or do what? What exactly? Because as you brought up, yes, I mean, Mike trusted Werner. He thought, hey, he's like we've been opening up to each other. We've been telling each other stuff in our lives and everything. And he turns around and does this to me. Stabs me in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I Mike is a fair guy, but he's going to do what Gus tells him to do. If Gus tells him to kill him, I mean, I like Mike. He's a cool character.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I mean, he's got to do what Gus tells him, because he's on Gus's payroll.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this is going to be a most difficult decision for Mike because, like we stated, he let his guard down and trusted him when he shouldn't have. But this is not Mike. This is not the same Mike in Breaking Bad. This is a pre-Breaking Bad Mike.
Yeah.
So the Mike from Breaking Bad, we're probably going to start seeing pretty soon as Monday's episode.
I mean, I'm still a fan of Mike.
Oh yeah,
he's a great character.
Oh yeah.
If he kills Werner, but hey, Werner kind of, I hate to say it, but Werner kind of
brought it on his own.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. He brought it. Yeah, Warner brought it on his own, and it's I'm gonna go ahead and say that Warner is on the chopping block for Monday's episode.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And plus, I think we're getting to the point where they're almost finishing up the lab as well. Because they said they just need to blow that rock up, and then they can finish up the lab. But we've still got 8 Germans still there. So what's going to happen with that? Or is what's Gus's plan with that scenario?
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing though. The thing is, Mike is not going to want to kill Werner. I don't think he wants to. Because Mike still has I think Mike still has it. He still has respect for Werner. I think he does. I think he still has respect for him, but it's like at the same time he knows what's got to be done.
Yeah.
Because he can't have somebody compromising the lab or compromising that operation. Because as far as most people are aware, Gus Fring is just a friendly, restaurant franchise owner, shop restaurant owner.
Yeah.
And they don't want that to be compromised.
Yeah. And then we saw with the letter Warner attach, it looked like plans for the lab. So I think in that letter he's probably going to say, let Kai take over from here on out, because Warner is putting his trust in Kai. And it makes me wonder if Kai might be Warner's son, because the way he defended him, with with Mike, because if you remember, he defended him. He said, "Kai, don't worry about him. He's young and he knows what he is." And then and then when Mike brought up the fact that can we send Kai back to Germany, Warner's like, no, 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 there's no way. So I'm wondering if that's going to be Warner's son.
Ooh. Yeah, or maybe a nephew or something like that.
Some sort of relation. Some sort of relation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And now that I think about it, now that you brought that up, yeah, because he does seem to defend him quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's either a son. That's our speculation. He's either a son or a nephew, and it would make sense. It would make sense.
Yeah.
It would be a good twist too, as I think it would. It would be a really good twist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's mark this down. 8:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our prediction is that Kai is related to Warner some sort, whether it be a son, cousin, nephew, whatever. He's related. I think he's going to be related to him.
Probably, I imagine. So I think the next thing isn't the next thing where we see Lalo and Nacho at Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yes, let's get into the Los Pollos Hermanos scene.
The epic meeting is great. Yeah,
love every bit of it. Love every bit of it.
Yes, it is great. So one of Gus's employees had Lyle. Yeah,
Lyle.
He goes.
Now I'm wondering because see, we never seen Lyle in Breaking Bad because in Breaking Bad it's that woman manager.
Oh yeah.
What's going to happen to Lyle? Is he going to get too close and maybe Gus is going to off him and then get a new manager or something? I don't know. But we never seen this kid. We never seen this kid in Breaking Bad. I'm a little nervous for this kid.
Yeah. And but yeah, we see Lyle. He's like, there's this gentleman who wants to talk to you. I've never seen him before. He's a new face in here. So Gus, he comes out of the office. He's all he goes into the friendly restaurant owner mode. It's like, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah. And let's not forget Lalo at this point knows that that's Gus. He knows he's just playing dumb, which I love. Again, I don't know. It's I gotta say, Lalo at Los Pollos Hermanos or Hector at Los Pollos Hermanos. It's a toss up. I gotta go with Hector because he did way much worse than what Lalo did. I gotta go with Hector. I love the whole Hector meeting Gus at Los Pollos Hermanos. I thought that was just epic through and through. Loved every bit of it. But going back to Lalo and Gus and their confrontation.
Yeah, so like I said, Gus is in that full mode of the friendly restaurant owner.
Yeah.
And he of course he already knows Nacho, so essentially Nacho leaves Lalo alone to meet with Gus.
Oh no, they went to Gus's office.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And which I like the shot, the Vince Gilligan's shot of the office, and we see in the corner somewhere there's different types of shirts. Because see, like I mentioned in Breaking Bad, when we first saw Gus, he was wearing the cut-off blue shirt, not his classic yellow. So it makes sense for them to put that there to maybe, he might have, had to switch shirts that day while meeting Walter. And I was going in my head. I was thinking, what if Gus killed Lalo on the same day he met Walter White, and he changes shirts? And he changes shirts, and he just gets that blue one off of there and punts it on, and then he meets Walter White in the restaurant. I think that was pretty. I think for me, I was thinking about that. I was like, that would be pretty cool, because they got to explain why his shirt was blue. I think that'd be a good explanation.
That would be a very interesting. Yeah, would that be cool if we found that out? We found out that. Yeah.
Because something happens to Lalo. He's not in Breaking Bad. It's, since
Right.
he's the Salamanca. I think he's probably going to be the Lalo's going to be the start point of Gus's Salamanca murder scenario, or whatever you want to call it. That he's going to be the first one killed, first Salamanca killed.
Yeah, I imagine so. But yeah, this was a great meeting, and he's complimenting Gus on the chicken and everything, saying it's great chicken.
Yeah, I love that. He's like, it's crispy, but not dried out. Have you thought about franchising? And then they go to the office. And then Lalo was talking about the story of how Gus saved Hector.
Oh, yeah.
And Lalo was like, that's a sign of respect. That's a sign of peace between the two. And Lalo came up with this idea of, aligning themselves against Don Eladio.
Yeah.
And Gus doesn't want to do that because Gus wants to do his own thing, which is him to control that territory. No one else, not him and Salamanca, not him and Don Eladio or whoever, or Juan Bolsa. It's Gus and only Gus. And Gus shot it down and said, no, I'm happy with the current arrangement. And then Lalo left. And I love the scene where Lalo and Nacho is walking out. And Lalo, he was like doing his, deep voice. He's like, so you get 6 kilos from him a week? And Nacho replies, yeah, he has a chicken farm up there. Let's go see it. It's like, his tone changed. Let's go see it. It's like, I love that. I love every bit of that.
Tony Dalton is really good. He is good as Lalo. He is really tremendous. Yeah. He does a great job.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the badassness of Lalo yet. We've just been introduced to him a little bit. We don't know how bad this dude is. We've never seen him kill anybody. We've never seen him threaten or anybody or anything like that. We've seen him, all nice and charming and chipper and everything. It's like, oh, hey, I wouldn't mind this dude coming to my house and cooking on the stove and.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he seems like just this cool dude. Yeah.
But it's like after I eat, he's like, well, you did something for me. I did something for you. You got to do something for me. It's like, okay, oh shit.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great scene. I love Nacho's classic car.
Yeah.
Really, that really beautiful car.
Yeah. So predictions with Lalo and Nacho next week. Of course, we got to see Lalo and freaking Nacho at the chicken farm. That's a given right there.
Yeah, we do. See that. That'd be cool to see them at the chicken farm. Yeah, I wonder if Victor and Tyrus are going to be there.
I wouldn't be surprised. But the big question I think is on everyone's mind is Nacho going to die in the season's finale? Is this the end of Nacho?
Oh, I don't know.
Me personally, I don't see it because they can do at least a little bit more with Nacho. Is if they kill him off too early, then that means Saul would have now known that Nacho was still alive or dead. It's like we mentioned before, Saul, in the very first scene we see with Saul, he's like, is it Nacho or is it Lalo? And it appears that he believes these people are still to be alive. But I don't think they should kill off Nacho in the season finale. I think they should wait a little bit longer because they got a little bit more story with him.
Well, you see, I like the interaction with Lalo and Nacho. I like the way those two kind of work together, and that's another reason why I wouldn't want them to kill Nacho off so early, because he and Lalo have kind of established a little bit of a working relationship. And I wouldn't want to see that spoiled too early.
Yeah. And then plus we got to take into consideration that with Nacho, he's handcuffed. He can't do nothing. He couldn't even alert Gus to that Lalo was here because he didn't
Yeah.
even know Lalo was coming in. Which is
Right.
why Gus gives him that look. He gives Nacho that look, and Nacho's like, what do you want me to do?"
Yeah. Yeah, I know that was It's not like he could really do much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next, I think, is where we go to Jimmy going to his evaluation because I mean it's time.
Yeah, because in this scene, in this episode, more focus was on the whole Gus and Lalo story, and Kimmy and Jimmy was more of a not a subplot, more of the in the back a little bit. And yeah, so he goes to his reinstatement
Yeah.
committee. He goes to the committee, and classic Jimmy. He does the whole Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman Esquire BS
Uh.
from his mouth as he always does.
Yep.
And then we see that he's like, oh yeah, I got a job. You see it in the papers. I got referrals. You see that in the papers. And then they ask him about the whole reason why he got disbarred or suspended in the first place was because of Chuck, and he kind of tiptoed around the question. He didn't fully talked about Chuck at all. He tiptoed around and said, "Well, nothing like that will ever happen again. That was just one hiccup. It's not going to happen again. You can trust me on that." And then which was kind of shocking because when we see after we find out that he wasn't sincere enough to get reinstatement. So it gets turned down, and Jimmy gets pissed, and he goes see Kim, and Kim. I love the whole scene between Jim and Kim because it was like on top of a parking garage, and they're having this big argument, and Kim confronts Jimmy and said, "Hey, did you talk about Chuck? This is the whole reason why you was suspended. Did you mention Chuck at all?" And Jimmy's like, "No, I did not. Why would I?" And that was just the breaking point of Kim.
Yeah. And Jimmy dropped an F-bomb. It's the second F-bomb of the season.
Second F, man, they keep on getting away with this.
But great. I mean, they did put the disclaimer up. This episode contains strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. So.
Yeah. Before I get too in this, after Jimmy leaves, he stops and he wants to go back in like he did with the whole copier scene, which I thought maybe he would. I thought maybe he's going to charge back in there and maybe do some kind of big huge story or something like that, but he didn't do it. He just waited outside, and that's when he asked the woman about the whole what did they say, and then he finds out they turn him down.
Yeah. Actually, the woman really didn't say anything. She just kind of the look on her face. Kind of told the story.
The look gave it away.
But he was not happy about that, But now Kim was like, "You should have mentioned Chuck. You did not mention Chuck. That is the key. If you wanted to be reinstated, you should have talked about Chuck. You didn't talk about Chuck. They would have given you more leeway, most likely, if you talked about Chuck." Because everybody knew Chuck, everybody respected Chuck.
Yeah.
Everybody
and here's the thing.
Yeah, everybody in the legal profession, we're friends of Chuck, Chuck McGill. Everybody knew Chuck.
Yeah.
And Kim even had a briefcase she was going to give to Jimmy. And his
then she
initials on
painted
it,
on.
JMM.
Yeah, she painted on that cup, world's second best lawyer again, that she was going to give him, which I thought was great. But and what I don't understand was why, Jimmy has a silver tongue. He's really good at lying. Why didn't he just brought up Chuck and lie? Say, oh yeah, I miss Chuck. He was great. He was a great brother and all that. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
He couldn't come. He couldn't lie to himself like that.
Yeah, because basically he told Kim, he was like, I don't miss Chuck. I don't, I don't think about him.
Yeah, and that question that woman gave, said, who was your biggest influence? I mean, that was the gimme right there of what they wanted him to say was the biggest influence to him was Chuck. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Uh-huh.
He tiptoed around the question and said, well, I wish I could have gone to Harvard or Yale or one of the big law schools, but University of Samoa, go Sand Crabs. They let me in.
Land crabs. It was land
crabs. Land crabs.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Go land crabs.
Go land crabs. That's where, remember, he took a course. Yeah, it was a correspondence course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we found out on Breaking Bad that it was a correspondence course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she asked him about the greatest influence, and he said it was the correspondence school. They wanted him to say that Chuck was the biggest influence. Yes. But he could not lie to himself like that because he knows that Chuck was the one that tried to keep him down.
Yeah.
He was the one that didn't want him to be a lawyer. He kept him down.
Yeah,
and I thought that whole scene between Jimmy and Kimmy was great about knock a man when he's down, and then Kim says, "You're always down, Jimmy. You're always down." Thought that was great.
But yeah, Kim wants to try and help him, become a lawyer again. She's like, "You want to become a lawyer again?"
Mm-hmm.
She basically told him to follow my lead.
Yeah. So we're getting slipping Jimmy and slipping Kimmy again. With now they're going to put their heads together and make him look sincere enough at the they're gonna crap. Drawing a blank here. They're gonna fight it. They're gonna fight it.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That was what we saw on the preview for this Monday night.
Yeah. Yeah. So Monday night we're going to see Jimmy and Kimmy fighting it, and Chuck, even though Chuck is dead, he is going to be a big presence in this reinstatement hearing. He's going to have a big presence.
Yes,
because I think we see in the teaser Jimmy going to Chuck's grave. Because I saw that in the teaser.
Oh man!
And it has on there Charles M. McGill or Charles L. McGill because middle name was it started with an L.
It was Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh McGill. Yeah.
Because in the little 45-second teaser, we see I think it was Jimmy. It might have been Kim. We see someone going to the grave.
Yeah. Because it turns out Jimmy's middle name is Morgan. I thought it was Everett. I think he has used Everett almost like an alias, James Everett McGill.
I'm not sure.
But his middle name turned out to be Morgan. James
I didn't know
his
middle
name.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I looked it up. But yeah, I mean, I think we covered all the major points. I mean, this was a really great episode. Like I said, great setup for the season finale. I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, so yeah, let's expand a little bit and predict of what's going to happen in the season finale. We did a little bit of predictions. Warner, I'm saying Warner's going to die. This is going to be Mike's turning point of him being Mike from Breaking Bad. That's got to be his turning point.
Yeah, I think so.
We do see in the teaser Hamlin addressing something, saying that HHM is
Yes.
back.
Yeah, we do see Hamlin. That's right.
What does that mean? Because the last time we saw Hamlin, things wasn't looking so good for HHM. But now Hamlin is saying we're back. Is he going to do some Ted Beneke and cook the books to make it? Make them
That's a good question.
I don't know. Because HHM is never referenced in Breaking Bad. Are they going under or what? We don't know. So that's the big question. What does HHM is back? What does that mean? How's it back? More Gus and Lalo and Nacho. I see. We'll probably have some more of that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, it could be a situation where they cook the books.
Mm-hmm.
Because Hamlin seemed to be pretty happy about it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a like I said, this was a great setup for the season finale. Now, what's the season finale title?
Winner.
Winner.
So is that foreshadowing that Jimmy and Kim's plan worked? That they won?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's gonna be
I don't. I mean, they have to. They've got to win. They have to win. So
yeah.
I think whatever Kim's plan is for making Jimmy look sincere, I think they're going to win at that.
Yeah. Now, who is the writer and director of this episode of Monday?
The director is Adam Bernstein and written by Thomas Schnauz.
Oh, he's written several.
He's written
good ones.
Good ones.
Yeah.
I think he wrote the one from season 4, episode 2, where Gus punts the bag over the dude's head. I think he wrote that one.
Oh.
So, yeah, what's Gus's plan? This
you notice the last 3 episodes of the season have been one word titles.
Yeah.
Kalshana, Wiedersehen, and Winner. So.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been a few episodes this season that have been one word titles.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he wrote Breathe. Breathe is
Breathe. That's the one. Yeah,
Breathe.
that was the one. That was the one.
I mean,
yeah.
That was freaking Breaking Bad-ish, as epic as it was. That was Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So yeah, this one. Hey, that one was a great one. This was going to be a great one.
Yeah.
But man, all right. And tomorrow night is the return of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So let's get into some Walking Dead discussion. Let's recap a little bit about Walking Dead and see where they're going to go from here. So when we last saw season 8, when we last saw everybody, they fought Negan. Eugene basically turned against Negan's side and rigged the gun so they can backfire. And they defeated Negan. Rick takes the glass thing and cuts Negan's throat. And Negan's still alive, much to chagrin between Maggie and Daryl.
Yeah.
So we see that Maggie and Daryl wants to form some sort of union against Rick. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that plays out, or if it even does play out. Because it was supposed to have a big time jump, like what, 9 months
18
or so?
months.
18 months.
Yeah, year and a half.
So yeah, there's going to be a huge time jump. So any predictions of what's come in the season premiere?
Well, I think we are going to see. If you saw the preview, the extended preview from the San Diego Comic-Con, we saw where Rick was visiting Negan in a prison cell.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rick is playing the Carl role in this.
I think we are going to see that. We are going to see that, I think. We're going to see the meeting between Rick and Negan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Jeffrey D. Morgan has a thicker beard now.
Yeah.
Right? Negan does. I also love, for those who have Dish,
I saw the
there's a new
commercial.
commercial with Jeffrey D. Morgan as Negan, and
Yeah,
it's
it was
great.
great. And I loved it. Loved every bit of it. Yeah, to go check that out. But I'm trying to pull it up to see what the episode title is for tomorrow.
Now we do see. Now I saw in one of the previews that Carol was kissing Ezekiel. So yes, they have got together. That's good.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I said those two, the way they were interacting with each other, they have to have a relationship of some sort, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, they've actually been running The Walking Dead. I think they started Tuesday. I think it was. They've been
they're doing the marathon.
Marathon of the entire series leading up to the season premiere tomorrow night.
Have you seen the new opening they have for The Walking Dead?
No.
Oh my god! I gotta bring that up. It is fantastic. Let me bring that up.
But eventually, I love The Walking Dead, but eventually people are going to get tired of it because,
Yeah.
I mean, Rick is going to be killed off. We already know these are his final episodes.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't know which episode he's going to be killed off in.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be killed off in the mid-season? Is he going to be killed off in the season finale? And then who is going to take that role over? Is he going to be Michonne, Daryl?
Yeah.
All right. All right, here is the new opening sequence.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Aaron. I like Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah. Negan. Executive producer Greg Nicotero. And tomorrow night's episode is going to be directed by Greg Nicotero also.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I think that's one of the best opening credits they've ever had. The best. Tomorrow night's episode is called A New Beginning.
New Beginning. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there's a prediction going around that Gregory may be hung in the season premiere.
Ooh.
Gregory. Because in the comic books, they hang him.
Oh, well, if anybody deserves it, it's him. He's a little weasel.
Now, I'm wondering if we're going to see Maggie's baby. If she had her baby.
Yeah, we're gonna find that out. I think. Yeah. And Judith will have grown older,
Mm-hmm.
and Judith will have grown older, and we'll also see Grace. The little baby that Rick and Daryl found.
Yeah. So I'm reading the Walking Dead Wikipedia page, and this is going to be the first appearance of Herschel Reed. I bet that's Maggie's baby.
Ah, okay. So yeah,
All
there
right,
you go.
so yeah,
So it's a boy. So now we know she had a boy. We know she had a boy. So that's a bit of a spoiler.
Yes, spoiler. Let's see here. What else we've got?
Named him after her father.
Mm-hmm. I think that's great.
Oh, Reed, that as in Glenn's last name. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they should have had it Herschel Glenn Reed. Maybe, Glenn as the middle name to
Maybe Glenn
represent.
is the middle name. Who knows? Because
Who
all we
knows?
know
Yeah.
is, yeah, it could be. To honor her father and her late husband.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, but Maggie's only going to be on 6 episodes this season because she's got that new series that she's going to be on ABC. Lauren Cohen does.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
she's going to be on like what? Maybe the first 6, I think.
probably.
First half,
But
and then
they're not killing her off. No, they're not killing her
yeah,
off.
yeah. They said they're not killing her off. So what is going to happen with Maggie? Is she going to take off somewhere? Go somewhere?
I don't know. I can't wait to see what happens. How they're going to handle the situation with Rick. How they're going to handle it post Rick once he's killed off.
Yeah, I heard they said that Andrew Lincoln wrote how Rick is going to die, which I think that was a fitting way to end the character.
Yeah.
And we know for a fact that Shane is going to make an appearance. Not me; I won't be there for unfortunately.
Referring to
John
Shane
Bernthal.
Walsh. Just Shane Walsh. Yeah, John Bernthal. Oh,
So,
speaking of Marvel, Daredevil Season 3, October 19th, Netflix.
oh, this month?
Yes.
What?
Week from this Friday.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh man,
Daredevil
I gotta
Season
watch
3
that.
drops on Netflix. Week from this Friday. Yep.
I thought it was going to be like, 2019 or something. I thought they was going to wait. But wow.
Nope.
I'm excited.
Nope.
I'm excited.
It's dropping a week from this Friday. This upcoming Friday, October 19th.
Ooh, Bullseye is going to be in it.
Ooh. Cool. So that's something to look forward to also. Because Daredevil that's a great series. I can't wait to Punisher season 2. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Season 2 is epic. Ooh, Kingpin is going to be in it.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk. Yeah, Vincent
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be playing Wilson Fisk. Yeah. I think they say there's going to be a little bit more focus on him this season.
Ooh, that's going to be good. He's great.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be pretty awesome.
It's been 2 years since season 2. Wow. Season 2 was 2016.
Yep.
Wow. That went by fast. Went by fast.
I may have to watch seasons 1 and 2 just to play catch up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I was going to tell you about that. I was going to say
I didn't even know.
Yeah, October 19th. Can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome.
So let's see here. Anything else about Walking Dead that we need to discuss? Any predictions for tomorrow night?
Gosh. Well, I think we're going to see. We are going to see the kids. We may even see the kids kind of interacting with each other. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Grace and Grace will be older, as I mentioned. So will Rick's baby, Judith. She'll be older. So.
Yeah, and I think I hope we get to see some interaction between Rick and Negan. The whole prison that Negan's in. I hope
Yeah,
we
I
get to
think
see some of
we
that.
are going. Yeah, we're going to see that. Yeah, we're going to see that tomorrow. I think we're going to see that tomorrow night. Yeah.
Fun fact: they said that this is going to be the first time that Judith is going to be seen speaking. So this is going to be the first time Judith speaks. That's going to be
Yeah.
see.
Well, she's a year and a half older, so.
Now, is it the same baby they had from way back in season 3?
I don't know. Maybe a different actress. Who knows? The shows will do that. You know, they'll have different actresses that.
Yeah,
Like or
completely.
different actors that play babies and play little kids. Sometimes
Yeah,
they'll bring
completely.
in. Yeah.
Completely different actors. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different actresses for Judith.
Well, there you go. We're probably gonna have a different one for this season too.
We know that Shane is, or not me, I am not the father of Judith, but Shane Walsh is the father of Judith. You know, fun fact, going back, way back into season 2 of The Walking Dead, when it first aired, I didn't watch it. I was on Twitter, and Shane was the #1 trending subject when Shane died. It was great. It's like, I was on Twitter, I'm like, why am I trending? It's like, awesome, I'm trending.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But like I said, I don't want to see the show go on for like 10 more years, then just alter quality. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can guarantee you that we will not be discussing the show if it goes on for another 10 years. We will not be discussing. I mean, 9 is pushing it. 10 is. I think 10 should be the last season. I think what they need to do is have because they're talking about this Walking Dead universe, and there's talks of having a spin-off show with Negan, which I'm definitely interested in.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I
would get on board for. That I would get on board for.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in talks of having a spinoff with Negan, and I gotta say we will be discussing that if that ever happens.
Yes.
But they're talking about this whole Walking Dead universe. I think what they need to do is have season 10 be the final season of The Walking Dead, and maybe do like a different do something like Fear the Walking Dead, but do like a different group. Not have Michonne or anything like that, but go end it with the main group in season 10 and then have a different show. It can be like Revenge of the Walking Dead or something like that, and focus it on a different group of people, different types of characters. If they want to, I think that's the route they should go. If they want to do that whole Walking Dead universe.
Yeah. But a Negan solo show, hey, I'm signed up for that one.
I am definitely down for that one. Let's see here.
The JDM is great.
Yeah, I think what they need to do with the Negan solo show is have it like, not have it like 10 seasons or 9 seasons, but do like a condensed season, like 5 seasons would be plenty to flesh out the story of Negan and everything, to see his back. Do like they did with Better Call Saul. See his backstory, flesh everything out.
Yeah.
Good 10 seasons, and then end it. Don't do like 20 seasons of Negan, because that would be tired. That could be tiring.
Yeah.
Even though, as much as I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the role, but 10 seasons of that, it's like, I don't want it to be a chore. If you know what I mean.
Look how much they were able to do with Breaking Bad in 5 seasons.
Yeah, and Better Call Saul in 4 seasons. going on 5 seasons.
I think they may keep Better Call Saul on for at least 2 more seasons, at least.
Yeah, or maybe do like they did with Breaking Bad, break up season 5. You know, have like 10 episodes first half, 10 episodes second half.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I'm very yeah. Next Saturday is going to be the special webcasting Saul Good Deadcast, because we're going to talk about the season finale of Better Call Saul and the season premiere of The Walking Dead next Saturday night. So
yeah. I have to write that. I'm typing that down so I know what I can so I can put it in the thing so I know what it is. The webcasting Saul, it's S''ALL Deadcast.
So Saul Good Deadcast.
Saul Good Deadcast.
Yeah. Webcasting Saul Good Deadcast.
That is great. Fantastic title. And then it's just going to be the webcasting Deadcast.
Yeah.
Later on.
Webcasting Dead.
The webcasting Dead, yeah. After next week. But yeah, I'm excited. I think the first half is going to go through November of the webcast of The Walking Dead.
The mid-season finale will be November 25th.
November 25th. So right before Thanksgiving.
It'll actually be after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving weekend, okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they might have taken a break off for Thanksgiving or something.
No, it's going to be Thanksgiving weekend.
All right, so here are the titles. A New Beginning is going to be tomorrow night's episode. The Bridge is next week. Warning Signs, The Oblige, What Comes After, Who Are You Now, Stradivarius, and Evolution.
Mm. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. See what happens. Like I said.
Yeah, we got 8 good weeks of The Walking Dead, and I'm going into this optimistic. I hope it's good. I hope it's not long and dragged out like last season. Because I think if you go back and watch some of the episodes we reviewed, we talked about how long and dragged out it could get.
Yeah.
So I think we covered every major point. We even covered some of The Walking Dead. So next week is going to be the webcasting Saul Good Deadcast.
Yep.
And we'll be discussing the season finale of Better Call Saul, Winter, and the season premiere of The Walking Dead,
New Beginning.
New Beginning. It's going to be written by Angela Kang and directed by Greg Nicotero.
Yep.
And Angela Kang is the new showrunner for this season. New showrunner. So Scott Gimple is no longer involved with The Walking Dead as showrunner. Have you been keeping up with Fear the Walking Dead?
Nope.
Have you abandoned that show?
Yeah, you could say that I have. I mean, I love Morgan. I love Morgan, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just never could get into Fear all that much.
If they needed to do a Morgan solo show, I think that would have been the better way to do the Walking Dead spinoff. Maybe make it like the Morgan show, or whatever they want to call it, but make it solely on Morgan and his travel. But that's just me. All right, so yeah, we're going to have it right here. So tune in next week, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait until next week, Wednesday night, me and Henry is going to discuss, along with other people, discuss Bigfoot videos. If you guys are interested in that, It's going to be Wednesday the 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a different channel. Yeah, so if you're interested in politics, we do another channel, but I don't like to mix politics with TV because, by God, we don't need that.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll see you here next week for the season finale of Saul, Better Call Saul, season premiere of The Walking Dead. Good night, everybody. See you next week.